Well, welcome to Half Hour Organizing Project week number 2. And as you can see, I'm in my home office again because we're going to talk again about paperwork. So last week we talked about creating some tax files and some places to capture what you're going to need for taxes every year. And this week I want to talk about mail. Now I call mail the beast because it comes every week, it comes every day, it comes every week, it never stops inflowing into your home, and yet most of us don't deal with it on a daily basis, and so it starts to pile up, and that's where it becomes a problem. And so today what I'm going to quickly teach you, and you're going to do in a half an hour, is to set up a mail station. If you already have some sort of a mail station, you probably can refine it after hearing some of this. We're not going to get through all your piles in a half an hour. That's just not realistic, but we are going to set up a mail station so that from today forward, what comes into your home is dealt with in a different way. And then you can spend time, I don't really care if it even takes you the whole year to go back and start going through your piles of mail or piles of whatever you have to get rid of it. But you can start a new system, a new process after setting up your mail station. And it's going to be very simple. Oftentimes I'll call this station a drop zone. It doesn't have to be that elaborate, but I want you to get something to put your mail in, and then a wastebasket, and preferably a shredder right next to it, because we are creatures of habit, and if it's not simple and it's not readily available, we won't follow through with it. So wherever you come in the door with your mail is where I want you to set up this mail station. Or if you have a small home office with a filing cabinet, that's fine too. This is my mail from today. Okay, this whole stack in here. Out of all of this, there was one thing that I wanted to read, and that was a letter from a friend. The rest of this, I glanced at it, and I'm throwing it into the recycling bin right away. Why? Because I don't have time to read it. It's not really anything I want to read. I wasn't expecting any of it, and that's what I call mail that's unsolicited mail. Okay, you weren't expecting it. It's not personal. It's not a bill, and it's not something that you knew would be coming in the mail. And so I want you to quit wasting your time going through that kind of stuff. So automatically, you're going to set up your mail station, and it's going to really have two areas. You're either going to keep it because you need to pay it, or you need it for a later date, like a birthday invitation or something like that. The rest of it either gets in the trash or shredding right away, or goes into recycling. Okay, so this is a little you can see it has 4 slots. I actually think 2 is better. I'd actually rather you have 2 slots because you're going to have a keep slot and a reference for later spot, and that's it. The rest of it, you either do what I said, throw it away, shred it, trash it. Okay, so your assignment in this half-hour organizing project is to figure out where your drop zone can be. Where do you come in with the mail? And that's where you're going to set up your 2 to 4 letter sorter. You're going to get a trash can, a small little wastebasket, and put it right next to that. And then thirdly, you're going to, if you don't already have a shredder, I want you to go out and buy a shredder and set it up right there. Because anything that needs to be shredded, you take right from the mail, you place on the shredder and shred it, or have a kid in your house shred it. I pay my teenagers to shred our stuff. All right, so your half-hour organizing project is to get that station set up. And you're going to start changing your habits. Instead of putting the mail in a pile, you're going to start dealing with it as soon as you walk into the house with it in your drop zone. Okay, then the rest of the year you can spend going through all those huge piles that you've accumulated and put them in your mail system. All right, I want to hear how it goes. Thanks.